Hello P6s and welcome to Literacy on Wednesday the 3rd of March. I hope you're all keeping well. So this week we're looking at the UE sounds, and if you look at Tuesday's literacy page you'll see our target spellings. So for today's activity, as we normally do on a Wednesday, you choose some of the words and put them into sentences of your own. At least 4 sentences please, and try to use more than one of the target words in the sentence. Bug Club, very important that you log on to Bug Club and do 10-15 minutes daily reading, or at least read your own novel. So we're in book week. I hope you're enjoying it. So day 3 Wednesday, you can join Mr. Henry, where he is reading on Instagram, on the school Instagram account, as well as this morning you can watch the mass readers. Can you guess who the teachers are who are reading behind the mask? So if you head to the Brooklands Book Week webpage, you're able to listen to some of the Brooklyn staff and be able to guess who it is. Then don't forget about our extreme expression competition, where you have to read an excerpt from your book with lots of expression, different voices, different expressions and feelings. And once you've perfected it, you can then get an adult to video you and you can email it to the school WhatsApp number, which appears on the Brooklands Book Week webpage. And then also, tomorrow afternoon is our class Zooms to do with Book Week. So get an adult in your house to email your teacher to say you want to take part, and your teacher will email you with the details. So what is our main activity for today? Well, as you know, our literacy tasks this week are based around the fantastic novel Mr. Skip by Michael Morpurgo. Each day Mrs. Bell is reading a chapter from the book and you can follow along, and today she's reading chapter 3. So we're going to read chapter 3 and then think about parts of speech such as nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs. So you can follow Mrs. Bell reading the chapter there, and then you download an excerpt from chapter 3. So that is the excerpt from chapter 3. So read through that very, very carefully, or you can even scroll back and find the part where Mrs. Bell is reading that. Then there's 2 sheets. You can download a high-level sheet and a low-level sheet. And today it's going to be based on a grammar. Nouns, adverbs, adjectives, contractions. So let's look at the high-level sheet. So from the excerpt that you've downloaded, you have to, number 1, can you find and list 20 common nouns? So you read through the excerpt and write down all the common nouns. So the first one, you could have knocked me down with a feather. So it would be feather. Can you find 20 common nouns? There may be a few more than 20, but can you find at least 20? Then, can you list all the proper nouns in the excerpt? And of course, the first one would be, an example would be Mr. Skip. Question number 3. An adjective describes a noun. How many adjectives can you identify and list? So there are lots of adjectives. Adjectives always makes a story exciting, more interesting to read. How many adjectives can you find? So we read later on, it describes the donkey. He's the slowest donkey. So slowest is going to be an adjective. Then there are some adverbs of manner. And remember, adverbs of manner tell us how something happened. Can you find them? There aren't that many, so I'm going to leave you to find them. Just a hint, remember, most adverbs of manner end in ly, so can you find them? Question 5. We sometimes join 2 words together and miss out some letters. We call these contractions. Contractions mean to shorten. There are lots of examples on contractions in this excerpt. Write out the contraction and then write them out in full. And there's the example. It's stands for it is. So the first one is, you could have knocked me down. So that's the example of the contraction. And could have stands for could have. So you write out the words in full. And then the extension activity is to write at least 2 sentences about Mr. Skip and Jackie using the following adverbs. Happily, inside, often, now. So there we've got adverbs of not only manner, but of place and time. The lower level sheet, if you decide to do the slightly lower level sheet, very, very similar questions. Can you find and list 12 common nouns? So this time you're looking for 12 common nouns. Of course you can find more. Can you list 3 proper nouns in the exercise? You're just looking for 3 proper nouns. Of course you can list more if you find them. And adjectives. This time we're looking to list 5 adjectives. Question 4 is about the adverbs. Can you find 2 of them? Question 5 is about the contractions. Can you find all the contractions? And the extension activity is write 2 sentences about Mr. Skip and Jackie using the following adverbs. So there's some adverbs for you to choose and write some sentences. So that is the main activity. Then, to finish, the chapter 3 finishes. We need a miracle. That's what we need, a miracle. So your extension activity is to use the reciprocal reading skill of predicting. Can you write a short prediction of what do you think happens next in the story? Does the miracle happen? Or is there disappointment? What do you think? So write a short paragraph predicting what is going to happen in chapter 4. And of course, take a picture and email that through to your teacher. They'd love to see what you predict. And then, of course, you can listen tomorrow to Mrs. Bell reading chapter 4 to see if your prediction is close, correct, or maybe your prediction was not quite on the mark. So, work hard, try your best, and remember to email your work through to your teacher. They would love to see your work. Have a good day.